Congratulations. Welcome to the Gym Boss Podcast. I'm Jimmy Halley and I'm your host as always. And if you are watching this live in the Facebook group, um, comment below hashtag live. Or if you're watching the replay, do hashtag replay. And if you're listening to the podcast, well, you can't comment anywhere, obviously, because you're listening to this. But today's episode is about the raw truth about phone sales. And these are the 5 things that you must be aware of if you want your phone sales game to explode and accelerate up to A player status. And what do I mean by A player status? Someone that doesn't let the days of, things not going their way get them down. The people that are consistent, the people that consistently produce, the people that are high producers of results in terms of sales, in terms of appointments. And this is the stuff that I've identified at least as the top 5 that I've seen as the most common ones to really dominate. So with that being said, let's get into this. Actually, before I do, if you're not in the Facebook group and you're listening to this wherever it may be, on YouTube or on the podcast or whatever, come into our free Facebook group. It's called Double Your Gym Growth Hacks. Just look for it on the Facebook group search thing there. Come in and join us if you're a gym owner and you want to be able to get more free content. Get these podcasts a week early. If you want to get free sales scripts, some of our best performing ads, client retention playbooks, and plus any other resources and other freebies and tips and other things that we give away consistently in the group. If that's, you're looking to get some stuff to help get you more leads, get you more sales, and ultimately, grow your gym, then come on in. Double Your Gym Growth Hacks. Come to the Facebook group. We're in here. It's where it's all happening. Right. Let's go to point 1. The raw truth about phone sales is it's a skill. Just like anything else. Just like learning how to deadlift for the first time. It's a skill. I know I wasn't good at doing a deadlift the first time, and I know a lot of people weren't. Everyone is not good at it the first time they do something. And so you have to be aware that it's not just like something that you have or something that you don't have. Like, hey, I'm good at sales, or hey, I'm not bad, or I'm bad at sales, or whatever it may be. It's a skill, and a skill can be learned like anything else. Like riding a bike, like learning how to write your name for the first time when you were like 4 or 5 years old. It's you might not be very good at it, but consistent repetition over time is the thing that gets you good at anything. Show me one thing that you can get good at without that. And I would actually like to know if there is one thing. But point made, right? It's a skill. You can learn it. And be open to the mindset of the skill that it is a skill and it is learnable. You have to transition your mindset away from the whole like, I'm not good at it, or, it's not for me. It is for everyone. And it's a skill that everyone must have, I believe, to be able to be successful in any part of business, right? Because it's a crucial part. The lifeblood of any business is new sales, right? And so if you don't know how to execute that at a high level, well, then you're doing yourself a disservice, in my opinion, right? That's in my opinion. That's number 1. Let's go to the thing number next. What's that? Number 2. It takes daily practice. This ties in with number 1. It's a skill. So daily practice. It's not something that you just watch a video and then you go for it. You actually have to daily practice. And when I mean practice, role plays. Daily role plays. Even if you just do one role play, I suggest more. But even if you just do one role play in the morning, and then you can, if you don't have anybody to role play with, find someone that you can bring up, like another gym owner, somebody on your team. It could be anybody. And if you don't want to do it like that, how I did it for a lot of the time when I was learning was I just had the script in front of me on the laptop, and I would stand up and I would pretend like as if I was speaking to somebody, and I'd just talk out loud. You need to talk out loud to make sure that you're getting the tone, you're getting the flow of the script, and you hear yourself. We call it the shit test. Did that sound shit? If so, go back, because you'll be your own worst critic, right? You can go be like, no, that doesn't make sense. I need to rephrase that like differently, like this, and then that's where you get your flow nice and smooth when you're actually talking to people on the phone. So you can get out all your rusty ones, dust off all the cobwebs, and learn the way to be able to do things properly by practice. So that's number 2. Point number 3. Now this is moving on from the practice and learning the skill side of things. This is just a mindset piece, understanding metrics, and knowing that not all leads will answer the phone, not all leads will sign up, right? So if all leads don't sign up, then you shouldn't be disappointed if they don't. What you should be looking for, again, this is in my opinion, what you should be looking for is for, how can I help this person? How can I be of service and help to this person? And because maybe what you've got is not good for them. So just because they're a lead doesn't mean that they should sign up. The whole purpose of being on the phone is filtering out the people that you believe are a good fit for your gym, and passing them through into your gym to an appointment or to a sale. Or if they're not a good fit, redirecting them to somewhere else where they might be better suited. And you know how much more attractive and magnetic you'll be when you take that stance where it's like, hey, I'm not here to sell you, I'm here to find out. You don't tell them that. You say, hey, look, I'm just here to find out a little bit more about you, what you want to get out of a program, kind of like what we're doing here, just so we can see if this is even going to be the right thing for you, you know? And so that way, now you're not trying to sell people, you're just trying to see, like, really be helpful. So point number 4 out of 5. This is point number 4 out of 5. Just because you had a great conversation with somebody on the phone and they say, yeah, I'll be there. Like, this is if you're booking an appointment to come in and see you face to face. So you speak to them on the phone, spend 10, 15 minutes talking to them, building rapport, you know, all that jazz. And then they say, yeah, cool, I'll be there tomorrow at 5 p.m. Boom. Tomorrow, 5 p.m. rolls around and they don't show up. That happens. You have to be okay with that. Just because they didn't show up, though, doesn't mean they're not going to show up another time. That's the, like, 4B, right? The 4A is like, people aren't going to always show up. 4B is that if they don't show up, it's not because they're not completely lost. You don't know what happened. So you got to make sure that you just reach out to them again and get them rebooked back in. Simple. And if they don't want to rebook back in, okay, well, you can't make them. You can't make them come back in. And you need to be okay with that as well. So you need to be okay with, not all leads will answer the phone. Not all leads will sign up. And not all leads will show up. And you have to be okay with all of that, because that's part of the process. And lastly, point 5 is, this needs to be disciplined like you would with, let's just say, like a training program. Let's just say you've got a 5-day-a-week training program. I'm pretty sure most of you have got that blocked out in your calendar so you can actually train every day. Maybe you've got, say, 5 till 6 a.m. blocked out every day, so you can go and, like, maybe Monday is like, you know, leg day. Tuesday might be like, upper body day. Wednesday might be like cardio, and so on, right? So you might, like, have your program split out and planned out, and you know that that's ready to go. Same thing needs to be blocked out and scheduled for with your sales calls. Whether you're doing them or somebody in your team is doing them, they can't just be an ad hoc, willy-nilly sort of thing. It needs to be disciplined, blocked out in your calendar, and I actually recommend 3 time slots per day: a morning, a lunchtime, and an afternoon/evening. They're the 3 time slots where you're going to most likely get people, right? Get people to pick up the phone and get people to book in a phone appointment if that's what you're doing. If people are scheduling phone appointments, which is what we do with our call center, we get them to book in a phone appointment first for 10 minutes to talk to our reps. And then once they speak to the rep does the qualifying and then books them into the gym. So that's the discipline that needs to be required. Let me recap these. Point 1, it's a skill that you can learn. Like anything, you need to change your mindset and understand that, hey, I'm going to be bad at it to begin with, and I'm going to be okay with being bad at it. Or your new person that you got on board for it is going to be bad at it, and you need to be okay. Unless you're hiring for people that already have the skill, which I would highly recommend. But if not, and you're training someone up, there's going to be a period of time where they're not going to be great at it, but it's a skill that they can learn which ties into point number 2, is it takes daily practice. Number 3, not all leads will sign up. Number 4, not all leads will show up. And that's okay. And not all leads will answer the phone is another one I should have in there. And point 5, this needs to be disciplined like you would with your training programs for yourself when you're training in the gym. It needs to be disciplined, blocked out in your calendar, and have nothing else interrupt during those times. Because to summarize all of this, like what I said at the start, sales is the lifeblood of any business. Sales is the lifeblood of any business. And when you don't have an efficient model, an efficient skill set to be able to acquire new clients, you're doing yourself a disservice, in my professional opinion. That's all I have for today. So team, I really appreciate each and every single one of you tuning in and listening. I am really grateful. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making this for you. I love doing these podcasts and I should do them more often, time permitting. But thank you so much. And for those of you that aren't in the Facebook group yet, go ahead, look for us in Facebook, just Double Your Gym Growth Hacks. Come and join the group. It's completely free. You can get free sales script. You can get free access to some of our best performing ads, plus be a part of a community of other gym owners that are here that want to get more leads, get more sales, and ultimately be able to grow their gym and their brand all at the same time. And so that's what we've got going on in here. Until next time, legends, this is Jimmy. Peace. I'll see you on the next one.